Hey everyone, it's Kellen from RacerX again with another race examination video, this time from 2012 Seattle. We're taking a look at this race, which was pretty late in the season back in 2012. And at this point in the season, Ryan Villopoto has actually already clinched his second Supercross championship. A lot of riders got hurt during this year, but Villopoto was pretty dominant, won a lot of races. However, Seattle would be the last race of Villopoto's 2012 season, as he would fall here and pretty severely tear his ACL. He had to have reconstructive surgery on the ACL to get it fixed. It was pretty apparent right away that he was pretty hurt. He was holding his knee. He was crawling off the track. This isn't something that you normally see these top guys end up doing unless they are pretty badly hurt. So what ended up happening in this crash actually was, as he had a horrible start in the main event, he was trying to work his way through the field. He comes down the inside in this corner, tucks the front wheel, and actually stabs his leg pretty hard into the ground, tearing his ACL, and immediately in a lot of pain right there, as you can see. And as he tries to crawl off and get picked up by his mechanic, they would ride off into the tunnel, and that was the last we would see of Villopoto in 2012. He didn't race outdoors either, as he recovered from the ACL. So with Villopoto out, that put Andrew Short at the front of the field with Ken Roczen in second, which is a very unlikely pair at this point in the season. And here's why it's weird for Short. So first of all, with Short out front leading, you'll notice there is no sponsor on his shroud right here like there would normally be in that situation. They were actually the LNMC Racing Honda team, sponsored by Supercross.com early in the year, but they pulled out from that sponsorship in a very tumultuous relationship. And Shorty is basically riding with limited funding on this team and not a lot of help. Roczen, on the other hand, Red Bull KTM, he is actually racing the 250 East Championship this year, and this is the only race that he will start on a 450 all season long. In fact, he's not even starting it on a 450. He's racing a 350 in this main event. And as you see here, he was winning races on the 250 East Coast, but he's not letting Shorty have this one easily. He is battling Short pretty hard for the lead and making things difficult for the number 29 out front. So with Villopoto out, it actually only left one other race winner from that season in the field coming into this main event, and that is Ryan Dungey, who's actually making his return to racing on this night in Seattle after cracking his collarbone earlier in the year. But Justin Brayton makes sure he's not going to win this race tonight, as he puts him down early in the main. Dungey would have to charge back and finish in 6th in this one. Eventually, Short would open a small gap on Roczen out front, and with 7 laps to go, we check in with his wife Jackie, who is watching from the couch at home, who is not actually at the race this evening, watching Short pull away and potentially pick up his first career Supercross race win, which Andrew Short would accomplish. The smiley face assassin finally gets it done. His first and only career Supercross win comes in Seattle. And then here's where all the fun really starts here. We got a high five from team manager Larry Brooks, a little handshake from Jake Weimer. Ken Roczen, he's stoked. His buddy Shorty picked up his first career win, and Roczen finished second in this race, so big hug there. That's really cool to see. Another hug from Larry Brooks. Then Short turns to his mechanic Brandon Anderson and is like, yeah buddy, we did it. Gives him a big hug here. Here comes Shane Drew from Honda into the fray. He's going to give him a high five. Shorty turns to Dan Bentley, gets a big hug, says, thanks for winning on our bike, buddy. You look amazing. Roczen still can't believe it. He's like, how the heck did I just finish second on a 350 in this race? Holy smokes. Short's still giving high fives all around as Nick Way comes into the shot here, and then Roger DeCosta is going to swoop on by and grab a handshake from Shorty. Shorty actually rode for DeCosta on Red Bull KTM the year prior, so there's some history there. Then Nick Way gives Short some love with a little handshake there. You'll see Brock Glover coming into the background on the Dunlop jacket, and he's trying to give Short some love. So he's like, let me get in line because I want to make sure Short knows that I appreciate him. So he comes up alongside of him, taps him on the wrist and says, thanks for winning on our tires, buddy. That makes us look really good. And Shorty rides off into the sunset. Everybody's happy. Except maybe Justin Brayton, who is still trying to pick up his first career win, and he's just like, man, that win should have been mine. I should have had that. Don't worry, he'll get his win at Daytona later. Shorty's all smiles. Kenny's all smiles. Listen to Kenny hear what he has to say about this one.
But I think I'm happier for Shorty, you know, for his first win. It was just so much fun to battle with him. We have been passing each other for a couple times. And
so yeah, crazy 450 main event in Seattle, but a maybe crazier main event in the 250 race as Eli Tomac tries to slide down and take the whole shot. Dean Wilson's the red plate holder here. But Ryan Sipes actually takes the lead and is trying to pull away out front, while Dino and Eli start battling with each other for second. These two are trying to win the championship. Obviously, Dino with the red plate. Eli gets back around him. Dean decides, no, sir, you will be behind me again, as I'll just put you off the track right here. Eli, ballsy move right here, just jumps back on in the middle of a Supercross triple. No idea who's coming behind him, but just does it anyway. And then eventually catches Dino again, has a little hiccup in this corner, runs it wide and hits Dino. This actually hurt Dino's shoulder pretty bad. He had to get some rehab on it later, and it kind of affected his career moving forward. But Tomac actually bent his shifter in the process of making that pass. and it cost him some points later in the race as Marvin Musquin would catch him and make the move here for second with a few laps left in the race. But nobody was catching Ryan Sipes out front. Ryan Sipes, among all this star power that you see in the 450 class nowadays, pulled away with a relatively easy win, his third main event win of his career. And yeah, Seattle, crazy night in 2012.